project has been going on for about 3 years here now, and I want to go back to the beginning of it. What do you think were some of the key things that has made the project get off to such a good start and allow it to continue as well as it has?
We started out, I wasn't the original administrator that started with the project. We started out with an administrator, Elizabeth Potra, who was there at the beginning and supported the teachers and worked through all of the logistics at the beginning stages of the project. And then when I became administrator at St. John's, I just took over and followed what she had already put in place. So a lot of the really critical elements that we'll talk about in a few minutes were already there, and so my role was very easy. It was just to continue what she had started, listen to the teachers, find small ways to improve what had already been started, and continue to encourage and support them.
That's great.
One of the things I think that helped the project roll along was that the teachers in the beginning had a lot of questions. You know, would they have the support of the administration? Would they have the support of the school board, and specifically through technology? Liz did a really good job of making sure that the teachers had those answers and securing the commitments for those specific questions, securing the technology for the teachers in a time when budgets are tight and technology was hard to come by. So that gave the teachers confidence to say, okay, we can do this because we know that when we ask for things, somebody will be there to listen and more than that, to get it done. So I took a cue from Liz in that, and then I continued on doing that and helping. What do you need? You know, what can I do for you? If I have to call the board, or if I have to call technology to get that support, then it becomes easy for the teachers to just concentrate on working with the students in the classroom. They shouldn't have to worry about the red tape or the paperwork or any of that things. I think that's critical for administrators to know.
One of the things that seems to have come out of the project that is important is for the teachers in the school to be able to get together.
Yeah.
You know, how did you facilitate that? What kinds of things did you do there?
We had 6 teachers involved and about 20 teachers overall. So it got a little bit tricky. I went through a lot of pencil and eraser, and I worked with the schedules, and I thought it was critical that the teachers have time in their day, planned time that they could devote to the project. So it became a matter of scheduling. I couldn't schedule all of the teachers to have one common time, but I could schedule the teachers in the cycle to have common time together. So the Cycle 1 teachers had a block of time where they could get together. I also tried and put that common time, I would try and butt it up against either recess or lunch hour, so that if they wanted to, they could, extend the time that they were working. The other thing I did was I made sure that the teachers, when they had that block of time, they didn't have duty that day. So for example, if they had the hour break before recess, I made sure that those 2 teachers weren't duty on recess that day. So it gave them an extra 20 minutes. It's a matter of pulling minutes here and there and wherever you can.
Yeah. But those are excellent strategies.
And I'm always thinking, hopefully I can, it would be fantastic if I could find a way to get them all together. So I'm always looking and looking for creative ways to do that.
I know one of the things that I've been really pleased with about your school has been the support that it's received from from Tom Stenzel. Has that been something that you've...
That was, I think, as the project grew and evolved, that became critical as well, and it was really a good relationship where Tom listened to the teachers, and he also guided them. So we would have a set topic that we would want to work with Tom on that given day. So we always knew when he was coming. It was set well in advance, and there was a topic so that the time wasn't wasted when he came out. And then during the course of those conversations, it grew from there, and as the needs became, Tom would suggest things, the teachers would try them out, and it was a really good collaborative relationship.
that has really interested me about your group here has been the support that they received Tom Stenzel from you. Can you comment about that a little bit, Tom?
Tom was really one of the main reasons why this project worked so well in our school. Over the past couple of years that we've been involved, he's been right there with us. He has supported us by meeting with us once a month, and we'd always set the date so we knew that he was coming. And what we would do is we would choose a particular topic that he would like to cover with us, or that we would like him to cover with us, and he would come out to the school, usually for the afternoon, and he could come and work with us during our lunchtime and then after school. Another thing that he would also do is he'd come into our classrooms and he would model lessons with our students on using the technology, and then we would be there and we would work together and to see the students working with different tools, like for example GarageBand. We did some podcasting, so he came and showed them how to use the tool, whereas as teachers we did all the pedagogical work behind it leading up to that moment. So we had the kids writing their scripts, practicing reading, creating all of whatever they needed to do, and he came in and showed us how to actually put it all together into a production.
Excellent, excellent. So it was really a great collaboration between the board level people and the RC, the technical people that have the resources here, and then all of you putting the technological and the pedagogical together in one major effort.
I think one of the things that we haven't touched upon that maybe is important to think about too are the parents. I think that one of the things that made our project successful also was that we took a lot of time in the beginning to have parent sessions, and we would do that quite easily. We would do it we would tack it on to our open house or to the first parent-teacher interview. So you go and you meet the teacher, and then everybody who's in this class or whose students are in Miss Rye's class or Miss Devine's class, you know, there's going to be a little meeting afterwards in the library where we want to talk about a special project that we're doing. And so in that project, we showed the parents some of the possibilities, some of the things that their child would be experiencing, some of the safety concerns that parents had. We addressed those right away. So I think that was that's something that maybe we forget to talk about, but I think then you have the parents' support. Then you have all elements.
Right? Yeah.
All elements come together, and you have the conditions for a project to thrive.